Wine and Spirit. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Pierson'El Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Pierson'El Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
This is Rick Heyman from Sartor Heyman Jewelers, inviting you to our new outlet jewelry store at 12th and O in downtown Lincoln. Amazingly, we still have fabulous items we bought 1 year ago and beyond. Well, you know what an outlet store is. Unbeatable prices throughout the store. Closeouts up to 70% off. Don't delay. When it's gone, it's gone. You won't see everything on our website, so you gotta come in. The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Opening November 25th in Lincoln at 12th and O.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Cardinal in here, huh? Welcome into the Don't Punt Hour. I am Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got the host, as always, the morning Pierson'El in studio with us, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, channel 951. And if you guys want to join the show at any time at all, 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. Always feel free to do so. But morning, Pierson'El, just to start things off. How's it going, man? First time seeing the studio. We got all the Christmas lights decorated in here. I saw you knocking out some homework back in the building.
Man, it's very festive in here. You know, it's walking in. I seen the lights on the beams and everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all really in the spirit this year. Okay.
I like it. It's the cozy environment.
All right.
You got to check it out. 1040 O Street. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Obviously not right now. The mill's closed, but you can do so through any of the day shows. And we got Heavenly Waffles tomorrow morning as well. I believe that starts at 8 a.m. Have you tried Heavenly Waffles yet?
No, I haven't, but
it's fire. Chef Bob, he makes them. He
is it in Lincoln?
Yeah. So I think it's online orders right now. You have to order them, but it basically gives you all the ingredients. You can whip them up. They're like super healthy for you. And they're just really good. You can get like not healthy if you want to go that route
for
too.
Sure, absolutely. I need chicken and waffles for sure.
It's like, they got the chicken and waffles. It's like high quality ingredients, like the syrup's top notch, the breading, like the dough they use.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, so if you got time tomorrow morning, swing down and get a free sample.
I can see what we were. We'll see.
But nonetheless, here we did talk about the Iowa and Nebraska game yesterday. Kind of talked about what Nebraska maybe has to do. Yeah,
still got a headache.
That headache's going to last for a while. It's unfortunate, too, for Chuba not being able to beat Iowa because Brock Purdy also went 0-3 versus Iowa. One of those guys got to be dying to beat Iowa.
I think he'll get his chance. It's just, the kind of the situation was or whatnot. It wasn't the best game put forth for, effort on all sides. And it just, one thing after another just kind of didn't get us over the edge.
Mm-hmm. And then were you able to see the Big Ten defense selections? Kind of surprised.
I seen that neither one of the D linemen got selected for anything or whatnot.
Yeah, no, Ty or Nash, just honorable mentions. The only person, third team, Luke Reimer on the coaches poll, not the media poll, which was a little surprising that Luke Reimer, good player, but I was surprised.
That's just, fan club. Again, that goes back to who gets the time we were talking about, who was able to pick for what reason at all.
But this is the coaches poll that picked him third team.
It's looking at as far as like winning records and everything like that. That's crazy that neither one of those guys don't do nothing.
I thought Nash for sure.
Nothing.
Just because I understand the Ty Robinson thing, just because of the not being able to play completely through. But Nash was healthy all the way through, dominated week in, week out, was easily plugging up holes, gaps, was able to shed blocks when needed to.
So I don't know, like, what are you looking at as far as, is it production? Is it sacks? Is it, run stop? Like, are you looking at, okay, when you turn on the film, is he is a guy that shows up continuously? Like that's a problem that you got to make sure that you keep in check.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or are you going off of stats?
I'd imagine they're going off stats. And if you're going off stats, you're looking at Michigan a lot. Because obviously, stats-wise, it's going to be Michigan.
So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but, at the end of the day, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. And, if you have dreams to pursue after college, people are watching. And, people definitely, get their chance to evaluate you. And, you'll look back and laugh at stuff like this.
Yeah, and especially a guy like Ty Robinson coming back next year. If he has a healthy run, I mean, what do you think that impact he has? Let alone, like, he'll definitely have an opportunity to get his name up there again if he's anything close to what is this year.
How many years has he been in college?
Well, this is going to be his last year. So I believe this will be his fifth year because he had the COVID year.
You sure it ain't 6?
Could be 6.
Give me
402-464-5685.
Give me 6 years in college. Jesus Christ. God. I wish, but nah, that's big for the defense coming back. You got a leader in the room on that unit. Just revamping everything, and you got kind of young guys coming in and whatnot. So it's all beneficial, honestly. So that is huge. That's one area that you necessarily don't have to focus too much on, because you have a reliable guy coming back. A guy that's been in a room and people like it and whatnot, and hard working, who could lead by example. So that's huge. You want that for the whole team, period, not just the defensive side.
Yep. So this will be his next year, and this will be his final year. 2023 junior, surprisingly. So he had a COVID season and a redshirt year. So this will be his 6th final year, which is just incredible to have.
That's not fair.
It is. It makes it interesting.
That's not fair
for high school recruits. Is that you ever worry about like the high school recruits not getting scholarships? Because you see it a lot in basketball. I feel like that's why you're seeing these teams that aren't quote unquote supposed to be your Power 5 level of competition, but all these 6-year players are taking up scholarships on these teams, so they're going to these smaller schools and they're really good basketball players. Scholarships were taken up.
I mean, I don't think it'll necessarily be too much or whatnot. There's a stuff the transfer portal is going to be crazy. So I mean, even if you do have to go to a smaller school for now, you do that for 2 years or whatnot, then what happens? You got schools like who's in a position or who's looking in the market for a veteran guy or a seasoned guy, and it'll be prime for that position. So I mean, I don't think it's over the top or anything like that, and
So that COVID year, that's not going to be there forever too. That's the one thing. It's just the COVID year. That's how you're getting those 6 years, which is just crazy to see. That's how we played like Tanner Morgan would felt like for 8 years in a row.
Okay, but you're gonna see that, for the next probably 6, maybe 7 years. Because I mean, do you have to use it that immediate year, or you can just I'll do my all 4 years and then, okay, well, that 5th year, I want to, I want that to be my COVID year.
It just adds a year of eligibility no matter what. If you had that COVID season.
Exactly. So you got, and I think a lot of kids are probably coming more so out of that, but you still got, people who were coming in to college at that. So they got 4 years, and if they redshirt, that's 5. So I mean, you'll see it for probably the next. That's what I say, probably about the next 6-7 years, probably.
Yeah, which good for some teams, bad for
they went to school at the right time. Because really I tell you, oof.
How long would you stay? Would there be like, if you got to use 6 year, would you be like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna go 6?
If they paying, yeah,
that's true.
What?
Yeah, and you were talking a little bit about that off break. You were the cutoff. You were part of that cutoff. No NIL deal money for the morning.
What? I get that. It's all benefits. You're much wiser. You done been in the program much longer. You understand school and everything like that. So I mean, you can walk out of here with maybe 2 degrees that are paid for, that you don't have to worry about and everything like that. It's you going through life with a safety net. Like that's up until your mid-20s. That's love. You still on your parents' insurance probably. That's crazy. Like what?
Yeah.
And y'all paying me and I don't have to lose nothing? Yeah, sign me up, please. Give me a red shirt while you at it. I don't care.
Take that money.
What? Man, I went to school at the wrong time.
Yeah, you definitely did in California.
That's not fair.
It wasn't fair. It was ridiculous. We had people getting severely penalized for giving out a free tattoo.
You got
losing their jobs.
You got Ohio State. They, like I said, that whole scandal, they got kicked out of stuff and everything like that. It's I hope they abuse it too. Get all your money's worth, all of it. I mean, it's.
I hope it's the players abusing it, not sharks out there abusing the players.
You know what I'm saying? But of course, some things are gonna have bad things and other stuff with it. Hopefully, they have the right people, in their corner to get stuff. But I'm all for advocating for the athletes, because you go through so much, you have so much, it's a lot of change and whatnot and everything like that. And, once you're done, that's pretty much like, it. So, the NIL stuff has definitely, created a different avenue of making, people who might have not, had as much or anything like that, just giving them, a little bit more cushion to deal with stuff. Cause I mean, you never know who could be, somewhat in a situation like Warren Dunn was when he was in college. Warren Dunn was, taking care of his siblings at the crib because his mom, was killed on duty and whatnot. So you don't know, those type of situations and everything like that. So it's definitely, hats off. I think players should have been played, and back pay on, selling out stuff, jersey, merchandise, and everything like that. You can slap a number on it. You don't got to put the last name. You know who the number is.
Yeah.
Like you know who the number is. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole Johnny Manziel thing, when they slapped, who 2 was. Like, I don't think nobody else really has rocked 2 like that other than him. And I think after Johnny, I think it was like Speedy Noel. So other than that, like you know who the players are and everything like that, and they're profiting off of this. So why not, let the players, get what they owe?
Yeah, it's ridiculous how long the NCAA dragged their feet on it. Right, we're talking about it off break, but California basically says, "Screw you, we're doing this. It's happening now." NCAA
playing catch up.
So yeah, basically, I mean, toothpaste is out of the bottle. Good luck trying to get it back in. So it is going to be messy now, and that's it. I understand people's frustrations with it, but the reason why it's so messy and disorganized is because the NCAA dragged their feet on it for so long that there's no sort of blueprint. California basically had to be like, "We're just doing it because you guys won't make up any sort of decision on it, other than just repeating no over and over." And then, like you're saying, you got, just the jersey number, no name, but everyone knows why you're buying that jersey.
For sure.
I'm not just buying number 2 because I like the number 2.
Exactly.
It's insanity.
Hopefully, you don't have those people who are just, paying the highest dollar to come here and this and that. You're going to have it.
Yeah.
That's the bad part, about it.
But I think that's on recruiting now to like really look into that, guys.
But I mean, other than money, like, looking into a place, if you're spending, 4 years, that's a little bit of time, especially, a transitional time from, your teenage years to, your young adult years and everything like that. And if you have aspirations to, go to the next level and everything like that and develop, the money is only going to, appeal to a certain amount of people and whatnot, a certain amount of, people that can be bought. Not everybody's, gonna get into that. And if you are a kid at a university that goes there outside of the money, you're gonna make the money because the people are gonna come and want you to be on stuff. So I mean, it's either giving it to you up front and you don't really know, you might not get what you need to be because you haven't lived to the height, or you go to a place to where they can develop you on and off the field and can give you a real shot at playing at the highest level and, following their dreams with playing, in the NFL and everything like that. So, I mean, it sucks, but, people will still keep that like in mind with stuff.
I hope it gets to a point where, I mean, you almost just kind of layer it, just a real business contract. Like, here's your money. You're guaranteed if you hit these goals, you'll get the rest of it. But just so there's some form where it's not all the money up front. And then if we've had guys where I won't mention where they got paid a lot of money and the season came around and we didn't see much happening. It was a really bad year. So there's got to be some sort of way to kind of weed out. And again, maybe that's just recruiting. Like, you figuring out, does this guy really want to be here or does he want the bag? Maybe that's on the coaches.
I think you'll start to see, outside of, maybe like those 5-star guys, or like, those kids that kind of have like a lot of hype coming out of school and everything. I think it's the wild, wild west right now with everybody trying to pick up.
That's an understatement.
Just, nobody really knows what it is. But I think, once you kind of get in a rhythm and understand stuff, I don't think it'll be like, too wild of crazy numbers. But you can understand, how to really, evaluate a process of a prospect. Okay, where's he going? Okay, how does, that system affect him? Can he benefit, or will it take a while for that kid to, to get things going and everything like that? So I think you'll kind of see the money drop off. But now where you'll see it pick up is after, say you got a kid that's been somewhere for 2 years, or, Alabama,
right.
they bring in, the best 5-star and probably, 2 other 4-stars that are pretty good. And that's a crowded room. And, it's not his fault that he's not playing. It's just a crowded room.
We just had Jamari Butler.
And now, what are you going to do? Well, we throw you this money. We know what you can do and everything like that. You just, in a crowded room, you come over this situation. And so I think you'll see that more so than crazy numbers just thrown out to, cats coming out of high school just for it and everything outside of like, your top recruits type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I think it's going to continue to be messy for a little while there as they try to figure out, the biggest thing is just figuring out where the money's coming from.
Where it's coming from.
For some of them, but for some of those other boosters, I mean, I've heard enough stories already with some of these unfortunate student athletes where they sign a deal and they get burned on it on the back end.
That's because they didn't have the right people looking at what the contract is and everything. Like, you hear the money, you see the money, you just go off.
Exactly. And that's where I get worried, because I don't know how many 18-year-olds are going to be able to outduel these business guys who have loads of money that have been doing it forever.
It's not even outdueling. It's just, proper wording, and you understand what they're looking at. You got to have somebody, with the best interest of what the kid is doing and what he's going to do to, finding you a right, I guess you can say, agent guy, or I don't know if, the university creates.
I think that's the route I would go if I'm a university.
University to create a team to like, hey,
legal team, you're saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we have these type of people that offer X, Y, and Z and everything like that. Like, they'll walk it over with you, walk it through you and everything like that. It's strictly just, the NIL type stuff. And it's not necessarily to try and, finagle them out of money. It's just to make sure that like, look, this is how it's going to be. They don't know, and their parents might not know.
Yeah.
That's nobody's fault. So, I mean, if you are deciding to bring a kid on and everything like that, I feel like it's only right that the university has to do something to make sure that, all right, well, if y'all going to do that, y'all have a team to make sure that, it's not anything funny and people get, missed out of situations. I think the quarterback from Florida had that situation.
Yeah.
I think he that's crazy.
That's the big one. That's what I'm talking about. Those Sharks where, any sort of money he makes at the pro level is getting shaved off, which is just incredible that someone pulled the wool over his eyes that bad. And again, like you're saying, it's not like I'm not blaming him. It's not like he was, being an idiot or anything. His parents, it's just you're dealing with a business guy that's been in the game for a while.
So you just got to understand what you're getting into before you sign stuff and everything like that. Ask questions and, think about stuff. Take it to an outside firm, to somebody, who's an unbiased opinion of the situation and everything like that, to where, they're not getting anything from it. Hey, what do you think about this? And they'll tell you, so I mean, it's bad. And I think, I think a lot of people will definitely, hopefully that doesn't happen too much where people are taking advantage of and everything like that.
It feels like the Florida stories are helping. It's unfortunate, but it helps people be more aware of the possible pitfalls out there. So it could be interesting to say, if you were in that NIL era, is there a certain brand or company that you would love to do an NIL deal with?
Probably Woodhouse.
Woodhouse?
I mean, trucks, they're dependable and everything like that. They're all over Nebraska, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, why not? I mean, I know I've seen other places get truck deals and everything like that. So, I mean, y'all have been here for winners. Like, it ain't, it's not like, it's not anything,
that'd be a great deal.
It's not anything crazy, but I mean, it's just understand, especially, if you're not used to it. Because I remember coming here the first winter, like I was sick as a dog, just because I've never really experienced that type of coldness and climate and everything like that. It gets cold in Virginia, it snows in Virginia and everything like that. But when I came out here, that's something completely different.
Yeah, it's that wind that throws you off.
So most definitely, Woodhouse for sure. I don't even know if you can do stuff with Pinnacle just because like they're with the school. So I don't know what's the.
I'm sure you'd still be able to find some ways, but
somebody with one of these high rises overlook something.
That'd be nice.
You know what I mean? I don't really got to pay for it, or you post about it, or whatever. People come on tours and everything like that, and you say you show up, have questions or whatever. That's either if it's downtown in the Haymarket or right here off of O Street or whatever. Yeah, living lavishly. Why not?
That would be nice. You get that sweet NIL deal. Oh yeah, hook me up. Sign me up right there.
I need all windows. A penthouse, please. Yes. Why not?
Do you ever worry about like some potential locker room issues? I feel like that's the thing. You never hear it from players, but guys on the outside looking in. What was it? Utah? All these scholarship players get trucks. The walk-ons, they didn't drive in their brand new truck to practice that day. They didn't get the trucks. Do you ever worry about that being a problem within locker rooms? You haven't heard any stories about it to any extravagant extent yet, but I am curious to see if that ever does kind of bubble up in a certain locker room.
To a certain extent, but I feel like there's ways around that. And I mean, you all are all on one team. So it's never a flaunting or anything like that. And that's with any sport in college.
Well, in the NFL, you kind of, because everyone knows what they get paid in the NFL.
But everybody's making something. Like,
that's true.
Everybody's getting, some type of benefit and everything like that. And it's not that's a little bit different. But in college, so I mean, you're gonna have the group of people that you hang with and everything like that. 9 times out of 10, everybody's gonna go to the same location.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well, not have been left out, because I mean, you're still getting something. But I'm pretty sure across, with dudes, if they were making, serious money and everything like that, all right, the high rollers like, hey, just pitch, a little bit extra or whatever around Christmas time or something like that. To make sure, everybody's taken care of. In the NFL, when it comes to the holiday season and everything like that, that's what the places that I've been, that's what everybody did. The limit was set. You had to buy a gift that was over this limit and everything like that. And whether it was, the pink elephant one or white elephant or whatever, or, you drawing names out of a hat and this is the limit and everything like that. So you kind of, that kind of like gets shaved off. Like, you don't really like see that or hate that. And I can understand that more at the college level, but I just feel like everybody, y'all around each other so much.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I haven't heard it
So,
bubble anywhere yet. Like maybe a murmur here and there, but
you might live with some walk-ons and everything like that. And okay, I got some family coming in town or whatever this weekend. Is there any way I can get an extra truck? They're gonna tell you no. Like there's ways around it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't unless you got guys in there that are just flexing and flaunting on everybody to where everybody is out for him and nobody don't really like that. I don't think that that's really an issue, because everybody's always around. And whether if it's a football sport or basketball or whatever the campus is, like if there's a party, if there's something going on, like everybody's gonna be there. So hey, just hop in a truck, you're good, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
Yeah, you look at Colorado, they don't got any problems with it.
I mean,
they got
what's the difference from being on scholarship to not being on scholarship? It's the same thing. It's just it adds a little bit more to it. But are you mad at them for being on scholarship or something like that? Like, no, can you work towards getting stuff and everything like that? Like, yeah. So I mean, I don't think it's anything differently more so than they getting something now versus later on and everything like that. But it's stuff that they've handled all the time. I think walk-ons and everybody, like, I think they have to pay for their own food half of the time or something like that. I don't know what it is now. I'm just speaking from past periods, past experiences. So I mean, it's stuff that they had to deal with regardless, outside of the NIL stuff and everything like that. So I don't think it'll be like, well, I don't like you for that, or have some type of feelings or emotions for you and everything. Like, it's not their fault that they got presented with the opportunity and took it, you know what I mean, and everything like that. But I definitely think, the university will definitely step in and make sure that if it's just not for the scholarship, it's for everybody type stuff and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to a point too where they figure out the NIL money enough to kind of bare minimum. You see some schools, the entire old line gets paid X amount of dollars flat right off the bat, just period, from one NIL deal, but every single guy playing or not playing is getting some share of that money. Starters get a little bit more, but obviously whole group gets money. And again, that's kind of the problem with the NCAA dragging their feet on it. A little messy, but I do feel like it's surprisingly hasn't been as messy as I thought. I honestly thought it'd be a lot worse.
Now you can throw the money in and it's not an issue. So everybody's gonna get a piece. Now that piece might be a little bit bigger, but hey,
there's a piece.
You getting a piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, why you counting people's pockets anyway? Like, why you counting people's pockets anyway? You getting yourself in trouble.
Yeah, fair point here. Nonetheless, we got to go to break here. Don't Punt Hour with the Morning Pierson'El. Host as always, I'm Harrison on the ones and twos. Don't go anywhere. We got 2 more segments up next.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger in the mall over a stuffed T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a lame holiday deal, relax in the Black Card Spa with some hydro massage feels. Instead of being trapped at your in-laws, escape to any of our 2,400 Planet Fitness locations. Sign up today for the Planet Fitness Black Card. Just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th. See Club for details.
Hurry into Graham Tire Company and take advantage of Black Friday deals going on now. Save $100 instantly with the purchase of 4 Goodyear tires. Get up to $200 additional by mail on select Goodyear tires. Instant rebates on Kumho, Hankook, and Nokian tires too. The Black Friday sale is the last big tire sale of the year. Don't let these deals get away. Stop in today or shop online at GrahamTireLincoln.com. Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We're bringing heaven to Lincoln with a waffle unlike anything you've ever experienced. Heavenly Waffles combines an incredibly fluffy recipe packed with protein and a medley of angelic toppings. To elevate the experience beyond your typical waffle and syrup, take the opportunity to try out this divine creation and pair it with a coffee from the mill as we celebrate Heavenly Waffles Wednesday from 8 to 11 a.m. at the 93.7 The Ticket studio.
Enjoy some Heavenly Waffles this Wednesday, November 29th at the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street. Parking available on 11th Street or in nearby garages.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
If he's going to start. Fascinating to me.
It's the first time. First time has been no question.
Now, what everybody said to me, Jake, Bill, was, Sip, why do you have to ask? You know he's going to start. I guess. Sort of interesting to me that nobody even, you didn't say. So
I think that would be remarkably shocking if all of a sudden somebody else jogged out there beside.
Right. Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. This is the Don't Punt Hour with host, as always, the morning Pierson'El to my left. And again, you guys can always join in on the show. Sartor Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We did have Mississippi Mudduck chime in on the first segment, talking about the COVID year only affects players on the 2020 season, should phase out after 2025. So yeah, basically just waiting for all those 2020 players to get through, and that will eliminate a lot.
Can I get one of their years? Please.
That is, do you think another year under your belt would greatly help your development and like chances in the NFL draft? Because that's always the argument. People will be telling people you got to go now, or you got to stay another year, continue to develop. You know, what do you think that fine balance is?
There's a formula for getting drafted.
Is it position based too? Like kind of looking like if you're a quarterback, this would be a loaded year for quote unquote QBs.
I mean that's always, you know, effective, like in effect. But I think what the formula is okay. Like, are you a good player on your team? Obviously, like is a piece of it. Is your team like winning?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you have, you know, like are y'all winning? Because if you're not winning, you know, they don't think like that they're good players there. Certain that's when you have like, you know, the Senior Bowl to where they might invite a good player off the team, and now we get to see him like in a controlled environment going against the best of the best, and if he rises to the top, all right, cool, and if not, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's a formula definitely, you know, to getting drafted outside of, you know, is your university winning, you know, are you good at your position and everything like that, and then, you know, what the rest of your position looks around the country. A couple years ago, you know, they had solid quarterback draft coming out, or it was heavy running backs this year and everything like that. So that's what I mean by like it's a formula. It's a number between those three things, you know, how do you stack up and everything like that? Then you get invited to the combine, or they evaluate you at these Senior Bowl games and everything like that. The combine, they get another chance, you know, to evaluate you, and then based on, you know, what do they need versus like, you know, how good at what you were, or where they're gonna take you at and everything like that. Another year in college, I think that would have benefited me more just because, you know, I had injuries. So it would have put me another year away from being hurt. I'd have played, you know, another year healthy. Going in, I'd have been, you know, a little older and whatnot. The situations might have been different. And plus on top of that, that team that was here, I definitely probably could have helped that team. That was, you know, Frost's first year when they were going at it, you know, toe to toe with Ohio State, and that first year wasn't an easy year. That was, I think, Adrian's first year.
Yeah, that was Adrian, and he had a hell of a season too. He got the dark horse for the Heisman next year. That's how good that season was.
You add, you know, what I was bringing to a young quarterback like that, and you know, we had veteran players. You had Devine in the backfield. Devine went over 1,000 yards. You know, you at that point in time, you still had JD. At that point, you still had Stan. So I mean, you're off. I
was thinking was our last 1,000-yard rusher. That's why I'm shaking my head. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So get added onto that under, you know, what Frost was doing that year and everything like that. That's at least, you know, another 3 wins probably.
Yeah. I mean, definitely that the whole year with Scott Frost. That first year was just brutal. Obviously, you started off with the rain delay, the thunder. You kind of get a slow start there, and then it just never quite fired off on all cylinders. But Adrian showed a lot, and yeah, can't imagine what if we could have some of those guys around for another year of eligibility. It's kind of helped that team out.
That's a lot of, you know, people that you had to worry about. Like you couldn't just stack the box for Devine, and you couldn't okay, are you going to double team Stan? You going to double team me, or are you going, shade JD? What are you going to do? So that's the more options you have to put the pressure, on a defense. You got a young guy who was coming in hot. He wasn't afraid of things. He was making plays with his arms and his legs. The type of play calling that they were calling and everything like that, it was exciting. It wouldn't finish all the way. Special teams wasn't as good. JD did his thing, on the kickoff and everything like that. But like I said, just adding another year of that and everything like that, like I don't think that would have been negative at all.
Yeah, definitely gonna help.
And in return,
well, you get healthy.
I'm about to say, in return, do I get drafted? Who knows? But was there a better chance of it and everything like that? Probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
100%.
I mean, it is just what it is. Like I said, I'm not. If I could do it over again, I probably would have redshirted after. I probably would have redshirted my junior year just to kind of let my leg, heal, and just give it another time of stuff. But other than that, I mean, it was what it was. I'm happy with how stuff turned out. I'm not mad. I'm not angry about it or anything like that. Only thing I'm angry about is NIL stuff.
That was nuts. That'd been nice. You get a free spot, free place here in Lincoln. You got you got windows, all four walls. It's quite
see
the deal.
Sunsets. That's all I want to see. That's it. See the stadium. I'm good now.
Yeah, that is something I will say. Like, if I could get a spot here in downtown, anywhere near Memorial, that is a beautiful site here in the Midwest.
You don't got to worry about parking. I can just walk to the stadium.
Nebraska basketball, PBA. That's one thing Lincoln got right is all our sporting events.
They're
easy,
right there. Yeah,
easy walking distance. There's only a few you got. Like, if you want to go to the soccer game, like girls soccer game, you got to take a little bit of way out there.
I still take that. Volleyball is not too far.
No, you can still
that's still fine.
It's just when you get to those brutal winters.
Absolutely not.
That's when you.
I'm not driving. I'm not coming out. No.
We do got a little bit of time here. I was thinking about saving this for the last day, but honestly, don't think it'll take too long. Do you want to just go ahead and give our overall grades for Nebraska football at the end of the season? We can grade the offense, we can grade the defense, we can grade the coaching, and we can grade the special teams.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay, because you got to factor in a lot of things here. So I am gonna if I'm talking about coaches, I'm definitely gonna factor in player injuries. I'm pretty much that's the only thing I'm gonna factor in. Otherwise, when it comes to coaching, that's you're gonna deal with a lot of different variables. That's why you're the coach. But injuries is something you really can't control, and they were unfortunate. A lot of stakes there. But let's go ahead and start with the defense. I think. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to take the first stab at it?
You can take the first stab at it.
Okay.
I got my grades. I'm thinking and I'm interested to see what you say.
Okay. So collectively, I think that even though we had a ton of honorable mentions, even though Ryan was the only person to get a all Big Ten team selection, third team at that, it was good on Tony White, right? The defense as a whole was better than its a single sum part. It was just good on that part. They stayed pretty consistent, had a few letdowns. But honestly, with the defense as solid as they were, I'm going to give them a B+. I thought they were pretty much rock solid the whole way through. The only reason why I wouldn't get to that A range is points off turnovers. They were still elite there. That's why I'm going B+. But I think they're like 15 in the nation on points off turnovers, which, looking at our offense, you'll take that. That's pretty good. Yeah. So I think the defense fair. You got to give them a B+. They really were kind of the backbone of this team all year, keeping us in all these games. The reason why we were still bowl eligible for those Final Four games.
I would definitely agree with that. That's where I was at with it. It wasn't bad. They kind of fell off. Those last four games, it wasn't as quite of where I would want them to be at or where we've seen them at and everything like that. But again, you playing late in the season against some juggernauts in the Big Ten, that some hard games and everything like that as well. I would have liked to seen more turnovers. There was opportunities there and everything like that. And I think next year, I think that's the next step. I think it'll come because, people will be more familiar with the system and everything like that. But I agree with B+.
Okay. We're good there. You want to do special teams or offense before we go to break? And then we'll save two more for the last segment.
We can go special teams.
Yeah, let's go special teams here. Special teams, surprising this year. I didn't expect Alvano to be kind of up and down the way he was. Same thing with Brian Buschini. He was a bit up and down all year. But you look at the Iowa game, we're getting multiple blocked field goals. We're doing pretty well there. We're keeping ourselves in games. Simply, punt coverage was good for the most part. Kickoff coverage. Like we weren't giving up huge runs like we were in years prior. But again, I think it's just the inconsistency there that drove me nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and just put them. I'll probably put them at a C-. Like you got to hit field goals. You got to get your punts. Like that Buschini was a little surprising this year. Like you can't afford bad punts when your offense isn't the team that can do well to begin with. Like you can't afford giving teams the ball, on R40 when they're 10 yards and they're halfway across the field.
I'll go B-. And I go B- because other than
whole letter grade up for me. Okay. I went C-.
other than the kicking woes.
I mean, we fumbled it on some punt returns. Did we have some muffed punt returns? Still sticking B-. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I'm still going B.
Okay.
For them to switch through people and everything like that and throw people back there, it could have been way worse. And for the coach to trust and have that many people and to evaluate and have the confidence to put people back there, that's not an easy job for anybody to do. So I understand with the fumbles and everything, but it wasn't consistent enough. I give a B- because of the kicking woes. Like as you said, they were up and down. On things that that you're supposed to hit and that we know you can hit, you didn't. You missed field goals, in crunch times. I understand it happens. He's still a young guy. I think he'll definitely bounce back. And
I'm optimistic about his future.
Yeah, so I'm not too.
And Buschini, both those guys.
And as you said, like the punter not necessarily turning over field position and whatnot. That's that. But also, I don't want to put down, the kickoff coverage team who, didn't give up anything, or the field goal block team who they kept us in games with blocking and created points off of turnover. So I'm not going to dock everybody for just, those two things. I feel like overall they allowed the whole special teams unit to, flourish. And that's why I'm giving them a B- instead of a whole.
That's fair. I'm penalizing them pretty heavily on two things, but those two things to me are major factors in special teams. But yeah, you're right. Like the coverage, there's been a lot of years where I hold my breath on punts because I'm like, our coverage has been lackluster. There's been multiple years where it's like, man, we're giving guys on average 10, 12 plus yards on every return. This year, they're pretty solid. There's times there too where I thought the kid didn't even got a turnover because the guy didn't want to call the fair catch and he get leveled right off the bat. So maybe I'm penalizing a little too hard, but to me, those are still pretty major factors. You got to make your field goals and you got to win your field.
Everybody has a job though. Like that's a part of football. So it's not automatic every time.
Okay, but if we'll get to the offense here, and everyone's got a job here, but one job carries a lot of weight in that role, and unfortunately, that's been a role where there's a few position groups you could argue, but again, there's a role there that's absolutely critical to how you're going to grade that entire side of the ball. So that's where I'm at. But you got B+ for defense. We both agreed there. Then you went B- special teams. I went cold C-, but we can disagree there. Just different parts here, but we'll save the coaching grade and the offensive grade for the next segment on the Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pierson'El. I'm Harrison on the ones and twos. Don't go anywhere.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Beerschen Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Beerschen Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hurry into Graham Tire Company and take advantage of Black Friday deals going on now. Save $100 instantly with the purchase of 4 Goodyear tires. Get up to $200 additional by mail on select Goodyear tires. Instant rebates on Kumho, Hankook, and Nokian tires too. The Black Friday sale is the last big tire sale of the year. Don't let these deals get away. Stop in today or shop online at GrahamTireLincoln.com. Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
This is Rick Heyman from Sartor Heyman Jewelers, inviting you to our new outlet jewelry store at 12th and O in downtown Lincoln. Amazingly, we still have fabulous items we bought 1 year ago and beyond. Well, you know what an outlet store is. Unbeatable prices throughout the store. Closeouts up to 70% off. Don't delay. When it's gone, it's gone. You won't see everything on our website, so you gotta come in. The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Opening November 25th in Lincoln at 12th and O.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times, those winds down to the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, we'll see clear skies with an overnight low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Don't Punt Hour with host, as always, Demorne Pierson'El in studio with me tonight. Don't go anywhere, because after this, we will have Outside the Box with a couple of new hosts in the building as well, with Rocky Russo and Joel Norman being out. But don't worry, Outside the Box will still be here as always. We were doing grades as we were on the last segment, breaking it down. The defense, B+. This is my grades. Gave the defense B+, special teams C-. Demorne gave the special teams a B- and the defense a B+. If you guys want to join in here, 402-464-5685. That is the Sartor Heyman text line. We got the coaching, which is probably going to be the most challenging one to grade, and then the offense. Which one you want to stab at first? You want to go offense? Coaches? Okay, you can go first. Let me go first on the last
one. Overall coaches, every coach, or are you doing?
Yeah, there's just coaching staff as a whole. Obviously, it reflects on rule, but I just consider the whole coaching branch as one unit. They better operate as one unit. Otherwise, you're not going to have a great program running. And I am factoring in the injuries. Amount of injuries. Yes, because it is something where that is the one thing that is one thing you have zero control over. Like, there's small things you can do, but for the most part, like, we see it all the time. They're just going to happen at random. Glad I gave you this one first.
I think I'll give him a C+.
Okay. Why? Tell me why, and I'll give you my grade.
I'll give them a C+, one, because of the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Two, looking at the defensive side, they did have players in the right position around the ball, creating havocs and everything like that. On the offensive side, I know as many people might, be upset with the offensive coordinator and everything like that. I don't think he was the problem necessarily. If you go back and watch, some of those games, he's calling the right things. It's not his fault that the kids are missing where they're supposed to go with the ball. It's not his fault that, other situations happen that he can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Or, he reads the defense from the wrong side, or, picks whatever. And that's not necessarily, on him. But I also give them that because later in the season and everything like that, just, continuing to keep the drives alive on the offensive side and everything like that. It kind of just seems like the offense stalled out, or, you had a few players that, started to come alive late, and why aren't they more so getting involved
mm-hmm.
In situations and everything like that. So it's like the identity of the offense was kind of you really didn't know. But then, those last couple of games, you got a guy who was better than what things have been. And you made big splashes, you made big plays. But you just seen those big plays and then it went nowhere. And that's not all on rule. Him as a head coach, I'll probably give him a B. Everybody, just outside, just because of what, he's coming into to pick everybody and everything like that. And from where they were last year to where they are now, I definitely think, it's definitely moving in a right direction. This was just a year that it has so much potential, and we didn't capitalize it towards the ending of it. But, they were in games. They weren't, just giving up how we've kind of seen it the last couple games. It's just been because our offense just was what it was. So overall, I'll give them a C+, just with what they all were working with and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm not that far from you. I'm going to give them a C. Just quick, because we only got a ton of time here left. Injuries were tough. We gave him a C because, the
plus was defense. The plus was defense. That's what the plus was defense. Solely.
Well, I could have given him the plus, but the quarterback thing, it does bother me. That's something that you have to. It can really hurt your program if you go into the season unsure with that room, and or if you have the confidence in the room and you're wrong, it can set you back a lot.
They're addressing.
But at the same time,
they're addressing
to have a chance to go bowling, to have the offense that was most of the time a lot less. What's the right word here? Not as impressive as the team we're playing against, and still be in every single game, which felt like down the stretch there. So I'm going to go C. Could have definitely gone higher. If you win one more, just go bowling. I would have gave you the C+, maybe even a B-, just out of pure excitement. But it was just tough. The injuries, brutal. But nonetheless, quick grade on them. I'll give them a C just for staying in it, but not quite getting over the top. That's right in the middle for me. Just couldn't get over the hump. Real quick from Mississippi Mud Dog. He agrees with me. Coaching staff put all their eggs in the basket on Jeff Sims. 100% their fault that they had QBs that couldn't get the guys the ball. He goes real quick. Defense B+, offense F. Special teams C, coaching C-. And that is our last one. Offense. We got about 2 minutes here.
You go first with this one. You go first.
Of course. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay. So for the offense, wasn't great. You got to figure out the quarterback situation. Our quarterback, once again, was leading rusher. Maybe that's by choice. I don't like that choice personally. Clock management things were pretty bad at times, especially when you're at home and the not even the coaching. We got the guy running the clock at Memorial Stadium is just giving you Iowa an extra 12 seconds. Home field advantage. Okay, yeah, that one bothered me,
man.
But yeah, it was bad. I'm not gonna go an F because they found ways to score points. They weren't the worst offense I've ever seen. If you're gonna go F, you have to look at Iowa if you're going down that route. But it's not. I'm gonna go just a D plus.
D.
Okay, not too far out there.
D. And it's lucky it's that.
Okay, and then real quick, Mississippi Mud Dog, worst statistical output in modern Husker history. How can it be anything but an F?
At the end of the day, you got guys who weren't making the right decisions with the ball to go 2 places with the ball. That's not necessarily on the coaches. You can harp, you can coach on things and everything like that. When the live bullets start happening, you've seen what happened. So I'm not necessarily putting that on the coach, but the coach is putting those players in the positions. You know how I feel about the running back situation all year.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I felt about how he said about the fumbling situation with one guy, but yet you had a turnover machine with the other 2. So yeah, I'm going D for sure.
Yep, absolutely. And one more for Mississippi Mud Dogs. So really hard. He's a great listener.
I like
text
him.
all the time. So basically, you
Shout
could
out to you.
The worst offense in Husker history and not have an F. My hope is that there is an F out there, and I don't ever want to see it. That's
positivity. Like I said, like he said, they did find ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
It was ugly. It wasn't necessarily the best, but it was still a way versus going out there and not doing completely nothing.
Yeah, we could have a 3-win season there where nonetheless, even if we say it is an F, and I'm like, you know what, you're right, they're a D. How many more wins does that get us there?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a room period that we all agree on. Needs a lot of work in the offseason. But that's going to be it for the Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pierson'El host as always. I'm Harrison on the 1s and 2s. Outside the box with the Lincoln Stars up next. Don't go anywhere.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting